Hello there. Welcome to GoCast. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, it's a great pleasure. I think we've been trying to back and forth to make this happen. You're not in Montreal or Quebec, right? Where do you live?
Right now, I'm actually very close to Montreal, about 40 minutes towards Quebec City.
Nice. And so, can you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, where you come from?
So, my name is Natalia Semenova. I am cybersecurity architect, all things architect. So, cloud security, AI security, threat modeling, and things like this. I've been working with companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, Mercedes-Benz, quite house names, I would say. And I really like my profession. I'm originally from Finland, but I've been in Canada for about 5 years now.
Wow, great. And why did you decide to move from Finland to Montreal, Quebec?
First, I moved to Toronto, but then because of the family reasons, I moved to Quebec.
How did you decide to move at the very beginning?
It's not my first move. So first I moved to Germany. Then I worked 1 year in New Zealand. That was a dream project with Deloitte. After that, I returned to Germany and lived there for a few years. And then I became a bit bored. And when you're bored, you always move west. So here I am.
Super cool. And you mentioned like large company like Microsoft. So you've been working in cybersecurity for how long?
For about 20 years now.
Wow, cool. 20 years. So you saw the bug of 2000, right?
Yes, but because I'm not a software developer, luckily back then it was not a cybersecurity issue.
No, true. Okay, great. And can you explain what's your day-to-day? What are you doing mostly in cyber?
So my primary goal is building security profiles for different systems and perform threat modeling. My favorite topic is always the threat modeling and thinking of what can go wrong and what can be done so that the things won't go wrong, or at least there is not a very high probability they will go wrong. There is no such thing as.
Can you explain a little bit what is threat modeling for people that are not aware of what it is?
So threat modeling is a process of understanding what can possibly go wrong with a particular system or a particular piece of code. We look at different scenarios. We present the system as a decomposition of data flows and actual system, so like databases, and for each element we are trying to understand what can attacker do to spoil all the fun and to gain some malicious access to it.
So basically you're trying to reproduce a potential behavior of a threat actor through a system and see how it would react. Depends on the techniques and the way they're trying to get in.
Yes, so it's a little bit like a tabletop exercise, but the one that can be in fact automated.
Okay. And are you using a program, or are you coding, or what's you're doing that manually?
There are lots of software on the market. I will not name anything so that I'm not blamed for advertising, but there are a lot open source and of course commercial, so quite a few startups that aim to help security architect to automate threat modeling, to bring the libraries of threats or known threats for particular databases, a little bit like a database of vulnerabilities, but threats, because threat is not doesn't equal vulnerability.
I saw you were presenting NordSec. Is it 2 to 3 years ago? What were you talking about at that time?
I believe it was 2 years ago, and I was talking about the very fashionable topic, of course, about AI related things. I was talking about ML ops security because back then it was a little bit mysterious things because people like what is this ML sec ops? It's probably something very different from DevSecOps, but in fact it's not much different. So there are still lots of common components, and I try to make people understand how they can secure it using the knowledge, specialists, and tools that they already have.
Well, that's interesting. And you've been in cybersecurity for so long now. What is different since, the last 10 years? How did cyber evolve in your mind? What's new today? What's the buzzword? What are we talking about today versus before?
So, of course, AI is everywhere. So, will AI take our job? How to secure AI? Can AI write the code as secure as developers? Will we get new job pen testing the code that AI has written because there may be specific vulnerabilities? A lot of things are now related to those, but all topics are not going anywhere. Like identity security is still in the trend.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. It's evolving, but it's still revolving around a lot of identity. You're absolutely right. Natalia, could you, one last question, tell me if you could go back in time and talk to yourself and offer yourself advice, what kind of advice would you give yourself?
You mean on a professional topic?
Yeah, absolutely. Regarding your career.
I would say have more confidence in yourself because looking back, I think there are some opportunities that I could have taken on if I was not having my imposter syndrome out of control.
Okay, great. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for sharing. It's super appreciated. And it was a great pleasure to host you today, Natalia. I wish you a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.